going on, people? I'm making another video because yet again I have reached a weight threshold. That's right. This is a new diet update. Took a while to get this one. Um, I kind of, I don't know, maybe it was my work schedule. I feel like one thing I'm coming to realize is that if you can string together a lot of days in a row between your weekend days, what the heck was that? Anyway, you can squeeze a lot of those days in. If you have a lot of good days in a row, I feel like you get on more of a roll than if you're broken up. Because my schedule lately has been Tuesday and Saturday or Sunday, and that kind of doesn't put a lot of space between the off days. But so I don't know. I don't think that's really the big reason. I think there was two reasons why my weight loss has been, well, three reasons why my weight loss has slowed slightly. One is because um, my I usually eat leftover chicken that my mom makes, and that's really healthy. And since she's been away for a few weeks now, I've been had the house to myself here, um, and that means that I have to cook for myself, and I don't like cooking for myself, so I just go out. I buy a sandwich every day from our deli. So the deli sandwiches I've been buying have not been low fat. They've usually been Um, they have cheese and meat on them a lot of the time. Um, so that's one of the reasons is I haven't been eating lean meat as much. Second reason is because I've been working out and I started a regular workout regimen. I bought some dumbbells, Bowflex adjustable dumbbells. I shouldn't even have said that, but I hate repping any product on here because I don't want any company to succeed, basically. I guess whatever. Anyway, they only go up to 52 and a half pounds, so they're not ideal. I would have liked to have gone up a little higher. Of course, I'm not anywhere near using the 52 and a half on any of the workout exercises yet. But eventually, the goal would be to graduate to I think the highest I ever did. Most the heaviest dumbbells I ever used was 60 pounds on a chest press, and I don't even know if I was doing the exercises are right at that point. I'm not sure I'm doing them right now, but I'm seeing some results, so I know I'm getting something done. I'm definitely, seeing more definition, and I've got a little more, you know, more upper body. You can't really tell right now. I'm not going to show off like that because I just have to take my word for it. Um, I don't have anything really. I'm never going to be a huge guy. I don't take steroids. I don't eat 100 grams of protein or whatever it would take for somebody my size, 200 grams. I think there was a time when I was on a diet where I was trying to eat 180 grams of protein a day, and it was just over the top, way too much protein. I just, they say that's what you need for healthy muscles, but I've also heard that too much protein can be bad for your heart long term. So it's kind of like, I don't know, what your muscles need and what your overall health needs are two different things, I think, a lot of the time. A lot of these guys that are totally ripped, they may look really healthy, but it may not necessarily be. I feel like the most healthy body type is probably more like a, long and lean type of deal, which is pretty much kind of what I'm achieving. Although I wanted a little bit of muscular definition, so I put some time into. I just want to look a little bit better. I'll never be a bodybuilder, one of these guys. There's that annoying ass guy who's like a pretty boy, who's like ripped, who's always doing his workout videos, workout ads. I mean, I'm pretty sure that guy is mostly genetics. You know, but at the same time, I'm sure you have to eat a ton of protein and lean protein. Basically, just eat a ton of lean protein. That seems like what it is. You eat a ton of lean protein and you work out, and when you work out, you use proper technique. And I think I think it's all about using proper technique and changing up your workout. You have to do I mean, this is not coming from somebody who's an authority, but it just seems pretty obvious to me that as long as you eat lots of lean protein, you don't even need protein shakes or anything like that. I looked it up. This whole talk about the anabolic window. There's this myth that you need to drink a protein shake right after you work out, or that you need to eat a ton of protein. Well, you do need to eat protein, but from what I read, there's no scientific proof that consuming a lot of protein immediately after your workout really makes a lot of difference as opposed to just eating a lot of protein in general. You do need to eat a lot of protein in order to build muscle, and I'm not eating enough protein right now to build serious muscle. And I don't think I ever will because it's just too much. And I don't think it's good for the body to eat that much. I don't think it's good to, mass consume lean meat. It just doesn't make sense. You think about, the history of humans, and most of what we ate was not meat. Meat was a treat when we were in the early days. It was more, you could eat a lot of protein in vegetable form. I think you can eat as many vegetables as you want, you'll be fine. But it's hard to pack a solid punch in pure vegetables and plants. I mean, you can do it, but you end up eating an incredible volume, and I don't know if that's gonna jive with my trying to lose weight. Maybe if I was just trying to bulk up, I'd think about that. But I'm more interested in sticking to my diet as it is. I'm not gonna delve into all these other diets and eating tons of protein, trying to be a bodybuilder, or any of that. I just want to get down weight and look thin and fairly healthy. That's all I care about. Um, but I am putting on a little bit of muscle mass, which is good, and that might be part of the reason why. That might be reason number two why I'm not losing weight as fast, because there is some muscle mass coming on. Even though I'm sure it's not that much. The third thing was one other reason why I might not be losing as fast. Oh yeah, it's because I'm getting closer to a lower weight. When you get to the lower weights, it's hard to have it keep coming off. I mean, usually the first time I did this when I was young, it wasn't really an issue until I was about in my 230s, 240s, something like that. I think I could probably still, I think it'll still come up. I can't remember how much weight I lost this last week. It was a long stretch of healthy days, so I know I was expecting to lose quite a bit. I didn't lose as much as I thought I would. Um, I went on kind of a roller coaster the last couple of weeks because I weighed 282, and that was maybe 1 pound. I was on the verge of doing a video at 282. So I think my last video was like 301 or something like that. So I was going to do a video. I was almost going to do a video at 282, but I thought, no, I'm going to stick to myself. I'm going to go under my total just to be sure. And it's a good thing I did, because I ended up having a huge dinner celebration with family, and I ate a ton of junk. It was my off day, and so I was allowed to have it. But when I weighed, I think I weighed myself on my aunt's scale and said I was 282, and then the next time I weighed myself was here. It was like maybe a week later, and I jumped all the way up to like 287 or something like that. It's a big jump. It's like I gained 5 pounds just from one dinner. But it wasn't. And in retrospect, I realized it really wasn't the dinner that did it. It was the fact that I was using a different scale. I think that had more to do with it. I think my scale runs a little heavier than my aunt's scale. My aunt's scale is very flattering. So I don't know how accurate the scale is here, but I'm going based on this scale because that's what I've been started from the beginning. I'm not going to take much stock in what my aunt's scale says from this point forward. I don't think it's a reliable indicator. But on my scale, I have now got under 280. I'm at 270. Well, my scale will give you two different readings depending on what it feels like. It's usually 1 pound heavier and 1 pound lighter. The pound heavier was 279, and the pound lighter was 278. So I got under the 281 mark for sure. That's why I'm making the video. But anyway, you can kind of see it in my face. I can even see it looking at myself right now. I'm definitely seeing the weight coming off. It's working. The diet's still working. I know I'm gonna get where I need to go. I wish I was as good at anything else as I was at losing weight. Somehow I can muster supreme discipline when it comes to weight loss, but I can't do it in any other aspect of my life. I don't understand why that is. I mean, I've worked myself into being a somewhat decent musician, but not at the rate. I mean, the rate at which I lose weight is much more satisfying than the speed at which I improve at musicianship. I think that's the thing. Is I think that with weight loss, it's kind of something that can happen within a year, but most of the other goals are things that are, take too long, and I can't stick to it. as religiously because I don't see the results. The results, this is the nice thing about weight loss is, as you step on the scale, you see the results and it encourages you. You don't really have that when it comes to other things as much. I mean, if you're going to school and you're getting a degree, then you're on your way to getting a degree, and that's moving you towards something, obviously. Um, if you've got a career already, it may not be so certain whether the job you're in is the right job, or if you're really moving forward, or how your bosses are are praising you, what they really think of you. I mean, people don't pass out praise easily, To get anywhere in the working world, there's no steady progression. You can work your ass off and still never get anywhere. Seems like it's a game half the time. I don't know. I feel like maybe that's part of the reason why it's harder to do things in other spheres is that you just don't have the same feedback. That scale is one cold, hard number, or in my case, warm, happy number. I guess I don't know, warm, soft number. But this is one thing I have figured out at the very least. I know a lot of other people do too. A lot of people lost weight. I just feel like the way I do it is easier than the way most people do it. Um, I've really, this has become, it's one of these things. This diet is kind of like you start off being lazy, and as you start to experience success, you get more motivated and you start pushing yourself harder, and it becomes a less and less lazy diet as you go. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm working out 2 out of every 3 days. Uh, I do upper body workout, lower body workout, and then um, rest. And this is a far cry from. I was sitting around on the couch, not doing anything for a long time, and I started working. This work job that I have, like as I've been saying, is a very physical job. Working in the grocery store, um, and the co-op, and when I first started working there, I was like, oh, this job is enough exercise for me. I'll be, this is all I need. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to go to the gym or anything like that. I'll be fine. But, as I've seen success and results, and as I've looked better, I thought, well, I already look good, and now I can look even better. It's like it kind of like spurs you to be like, you know what, I'm on my way. Why not add some muscle? Look a little better. Um, again, I don't have the highest standards for what I put on muscle wise. I'm not going to be, I'm never going to be a bodybuilder just because it doesn't interest me that much, and I don't think it's that healthy of a lifestyle. Honestly, I don't. I think it's more for looks than it is for overall health. Um, but I put in way more. I never thought I was going to start working out with the physical job that I had, and now I almost feel like I should be working out with the physical job I have because if I don't strengthen my muscles, more, then some of the work that I'm doing is going to f up my back, or I have to keep getting up and getting down. I have to keep standing and sitting, and that happens a lot, or kneeling, and it's hard to do that without strong hamstrings and quads and all that kind of thing, or calves. So the leg exercises help with that. I find myself having an easier time getting up and getting down and lifting some of the heavier stuff that was a lot harder for me early on. So, and it's this is the one thing I have going for me right now is my health is improving. It's the only thing I can grab onto that feels like I'm getting somewhere in life. So I'm highly focused on it right now. I don't know how long I would be able to keep this up. The 2 out of every 3 day workouts is it's not that bad actually because the upper body workout is the most time consuming, and that's the big pain is that how much time it takes. I do chest press, incline chest press, some kind of back exercise, usually standing rows, or I do like the double row that they have in the Bowflex manual. I do shoulder press, like a military press, which is I'll vary that, but mostly it's either standing or sitting, and sometimes I'll put rotation, sometimes I won't. I do biceps and then triceps. And then I do abs um, every. I do abs every time I do on the 2 days out of the 3 that I work out. I do the abs. So that's my upper body workout. The abs I do, I'll either do it. My cousin taught me a yoga move for abs, which is good that I like. And the other one I do is just kind of like grab the top of the thing behind you and pull your legs up, towards your stomach and kind of roll your butt up a little bit and do like a crunch. Um, yeah, I never really cared about doing abs, and I hate doing abs. They hurt, and I never really, I never was able to get any kind of a six pack going. I don't think I'll ever get any kind of major definition in my abs, although I am actually seeing, the faintest, you know, indication that there's not just flab in my stomach, which is maybe the first time I've seen it. So maybe I'm being more effective with my ab workout than I used to be, but it's never going to be like what you see with, it's like it's almost not even worth it for the looks because it's barely visible, and I don't think it's going to get much better. I'm not that committed to having ripped abs. You really have to work hard for those, and I'm not going to do that. But the thing about the abs is I wanted to strengthen my abs for the sake of posture and because it apparently you get more balance with your abs and your back gets more effed up if your abs aren't strong to support it. So again, I don't want to eff up my back, so that's why I'm doing the abs. But um, and my leg workout is much easier. So the upper body workout's very hard. The leg workout is basic. I just do squats and deadlifts. That's it. Squats and deadlifts, and then I do the other ab workout. I alternate between the yoga ab workout and the kind of crunches on the bench. So, oh yeah, sorry. So yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm on my way. There was something else I wanted to say, but now I can't remember what it was. I don't know. Anyway, it feels good to get healthy again. Um, a lot of people have said I look a lot better, which is good. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about the book. That's right, good. I stalled it long enough I could figure it out. So yeah, I'm in my mind. I'm going to write a book about this diet. It's not the most proprietary diet in the world. It really comes down to eat less, exercise more, which anyone could tell you. But I'm gonna try to. It's like I've been saying I'm gonna try to write this book, and it's like I'm giving away all my secrets here, so I don't know why anyone would read it. But that's the thing. It's like there's not really any secret to it. I think the thing is I'm gonna make the book kind of try to make it somewhat humorous. Not like your average diet book. It's gonna be kind of like a book by a guy who obviously has no expertise, but still has had success and is also has the mindset of your average lazy man, which is I do, because I think I understand how lazy men think, and I think I have a diet that works for lazy guys like me that are lying in bed making this video at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. um, so it's but hopefully it's gonna be a short book. It's not gonna be a long book. Hopefully I can make it humorous. Um, I think that's the only reason people are really gonna read it. Or, I mean, really, I think I do believe in my diet. I believe it works. It's is it mine? Well, it's kind of like a collection of ideas that work together. I think, it's nothing new, but I think it'll help people with a certain mindset, the lazy man's mindset, to um, get started towards working towards a goal. Anyway, if you're lazy like me, um, I guess accomplishing anything is good. You feel better about yourself. Maybe it'll spur me to, maybe being a little bit healthier will spur me to achieve other things in the future. But I don't know. This is, like I said, weight loss is easy by comparison. Achieving the real big things in life, they are work, dedication, discipline. It takes a long time. You have to be patient and. You have to believe that your short-term goals are going to lead to your long-term goals, and it's hard to, you don't get any guarantee of that, as opposed to, where weight loss, you see that number on the scale, you know you're on your way, it keeps going down, you're going to get down to the level you want to get to eventually, and most likely, with career, it's not so straightforward. With being a musician, or being a successful musician, or not even successful, but just being a competent musician, or feeling confident in your musicianship. That's not straightforward. You feel like you're getting somewhere. You hope you're getting somewhere, but there's no solid number to tell you. There's no direct. There's no feedback that gives you that guarantee. So I don't know. Mostly, I just want to help people who are out of shape get back in shape. It may not do a lot for them otherwise, but you know, it, it'll be something to improve their lives a little bit, and maybe little fat kids like I once was can get in shape and stop being tormented, and start getting some respect, and turn their lives around in a way that I never did when I was in school. If you're young, by the way, and you're watching this, if you're a teenager, I highly recommend you get yourself in shape. And the sad, unfortunate truth is that in school, looks are what matter the most. Everyone cares about looks, at least as far as your social hierarchy and for building a psyche that can be successful going forward. I don't have a psyche that that success comes naturally to. I have to really work for it. I have no confidence from years of being the low man on the totem pole in school. You don't want to be that guy. I know this is probably hard for people to hear who are the low man on the totem pole in school right now, because I'm telling you that you're doomed for your life if you don't turn things around. Um, you're not doomed, but it's going to be a harder road if you don't. At the very least, take the initiative, take some effort, and get yourself into shape. If you're not in shape, you can get into shape. Um, Watch my previous videos on dieting. I have a few. It might be hard to find in my long list of unrelated videos, but I wish I'd done this when I was in school. I had it in me the whole time. I could have done it then, if I hadn't let myself get so beat up emotionally by the bad kids at school. Um, but if you do it while you're young and you get yourself in shape, I mean, you're going to notice a world of difference. People are going to treat you differently. Um, as long as being heavy is your only problem. Obviously, if you're heavy and you're not so good looking, then you're going to have a hard time no matter what you do. Of course, obviously, even if you're not the most attractive person, being, thinner and attractive can't hurt. And you'd be surprised at how good you can look when you lose weight. I mean, I wasn't, a good looking kid as a fat kid. And when I lost weight in my 20s, for a while, I thought I looked pretty damn good. So, fat hides a lot of your natural beauty, I guess, if you dig down and find it in there. So do yourself a favor, get yourself in shape if you're in school. Um, you know, be the person that I wish I could have been. Do the things that I would have done if I'd gotten in shape when I was in school. I feel like this is all I have left, kind of, in the world. Any personal dreams for me are kind of lackluster at my age. I'm in my 40s. There's not a lot that can be achieved in your 40s if you haven't been working towards it in your 20s and 30s. At least not. Well, I mean, not a lot that can be achieved that will be impressive to anybody. Let me put it that way. You can still achieve a lot, but it might be a lot to you, but not to. If you're trying to impress women, especially as a guy, which is women need to be impressed in order to be interested most of the time. So if you're trying to impress women, um, then what was I saying? Um, then you need to achieve, I guess. I don't know. I don't know where. I forget it. Anyway. Yeah. I just want to see people like I was, find themselves sooner in life, because you don't want to get yourself into a situation where you lack confidence, because it's tough. I can't feel good about where I am in life. I haven't achieved anything that I can really feel that proud of. Losing weight is the one thing I was able to do, and this will be the second time I've done it. It's the only thing I know I can do, that has value to other people, and I want other people who are struggling like I was in school to have a chance to do better. So, oh yeah, so yeah, right. Like I was saying, um, I'm too old to do anything that matters to me, but I'm not too old to do something that will matter to other people. So if you're young, please, listen to me. You can do it. You can do it. You just gotta, um, you know, uh, I would recommend following my plan. I guess if you want to do it, it's easier for people like me who are lazy. So go back and see what I say. It's not going to be easy generally, but it's easier than every other diet you hear. That's basically kind of like where my whole shtick is. That my diet's going to be easier than your average doctor's diet. Um, so yeah, do yourself a favor, get yourself in shape, enjoy your high school experience a little bit more, and go forward into the future feeling better about yourself. And if you do, I'll feel like I did something with my life, which that'll be about it. So anyway, that's my 20-pound update. Since I weighed in somewhere between 278 and 279. Like I said, I got two numbers. I don't know which one to rely on. I think I'm gonna wait till the lower number going forward. So I'm gonna say 258 or below. 20 pounds. I can't remember the last time I did. I should check and see when the last time I did the update was, because I feel like this is a longer time coming than the previous update. I should go back to, once my parents get back here, I'll be eating more chicken, which will be better for me. Um, I won't be eating as much junk, not as much bacon and cheese, which is I'm eating a lot of stuff with bacon and cheese for lunch. The thing is, don't let me give you the wrong idea. That's all I eat. I eat a bowl of cereal, or sometimes two in the morning. Usually two bowls, two small bowls of cereal. I have these little Pyrex bowls. They're like, yeah, about that big. Not too big. Maybe this big. About yay tall. Something like that. So yeah, they're small bowls. I eat two small bowls of cereal in the morning with milk. I was drinking 1% milk. We had some 2% milk that I've been finishing off lately, so maybe that's another reason why the weight hasn't been coming off as fast. It's the 2% milk was going to go bad if I didn't eat it. But I'm mostly sticking to 1% milk, and my one meal of the day, which I've been getting a lot of club sandwiches with bacon and cheese. I got a Reuben, I got a cheesesteak. I mean, I've been eating stuff that normally I wouldn't let myself have at all, but since I've been working out and since the job has been so physical lately, especially, we've been short staffed a lot and I've been working harder. Um, and because I don't feel like cooking, I'm letting myself get away with stuff that I might be even going slightly over 30 grams a day. I don't know. It's probably not much. I think the sandwich I eat probably tends to have close to 30 grams in it, and the breakfast I have is probably like 6 grams. So I might be at in the mid 30s, which is definitely pushing it. In the old days, the first time I did this, I stuck to the 30 religiously. And if you don't get a lot of exercise, you're gonna have to stick to 30 or less, 30 grams or less. Or if you want to do other stuff too, you can use calories or sugar. I like the fat grams. It's just simple. That's why it's the lazy man dies. You don't have to worry about cataloging every damn thing you eat. You just have to worry about the fat. Um, but yeah, if you're not exercising much, you better stick to that 30-gram threshold. I'm giving myself a little bit of leeway because I'm exercising so much now that I work my ass off at work, and then I come home and work my ass out with my workout. So it's kind of like I'm allowed to go a little bit over, but it's kind of like that's how it's going to be. You can go a little bit over, but don't push it. I don't think I'm over 40 grams of fat for the day, and if I was, I don't think it would matter much how much I was working out or how much I did at work. I'd still not be losing weight. So you got to try to hold to that, at least 35 minimum. Um, if you're working out regularly, you could probably get away with 35. I think that's about what I'm eating, 35 or 36 grams of fat a day. So it's nice. I can still enjoy one nice solid meal, a really delicious meal that's has stuff in it I'm not supposed to be eating generally, as long as it's the only thing I eat. I've also been fasting. That wasn't part of my original diet, but the way my schedule works, it kind of works out. Since I want to eat something decent for my main meal of the day, I don't allow myself anything after that meal. So I have the cereal before I go to work. I have the lunch at work, and then I don't eat anything else for the rest of the day. And I come home, and I get a little hungry at night when I come home. It's surprising, really. I think you get used to it. This is another thing about this diet is you kind of get used to eating less. It sort of becomes less of an issue. In the beginning, it's a lot harder, and then over time, you just kind of become accustomed to it. And I always, if I really get hungry when I'm home from work, I mean, sometimes I get hungry, especially if I smoke a little weed. I'll get the munchies, but it can all be taken care of with sparkling, the sparkling water. I like well, I'm not gonna say the brand, but they have the one that's the black cherry that's good. Um, and and gum. Gum is the other way to stave off hunger for me. Gum and seltzer water, flavored seltzer water. If you you know, and I don't eat anything. Pretty much, I usually eat my lunch at about anywhere from 5 to 7:30, something in that range. 5 to 7, usually 5 to 7 p.m., something like that. And that's the last time I eat until I wake up the next morning, and I usually don't have my breakfast until about. My breakfast is really most people's lunch. My breakfast is at 1:30 or so. Yeah, about 1:30 I eat breakfast. So I'm eating within an 8-hour window every day. 1:30 to, I'm done eating by 7:30. So it's really more like a 7-hour window, really. But, um, I've incorporated that this time. I don't think fasting is necessary because the first time I lost all the weight, wasn't fasting at all. I don't believe in that as much as I believe in just eating less and working out more, obviously. And sticking to under 30 grams of fat or under 35 if you're working out a lot. Um, but I figure it can't hurt. It seems to be, and it makes it so that I can have one solid meal a day as opposed to if I wasn't fasting, then I would have to eat a lot less for my main meal, and I'd rather just have one big meal than have little bits and pieces of stuff. And some people say that, oh yeah, you got to eat small meals, all throughout the day. That's BS. That is such crap. You don't eat small bits of things throughout the day. For one, as a fat person, I know, we like to binge eat. We like to eat a large amount so we feel full. Eating like small bits of stuff throughout the day, that's not going to make you feel full. It doesn't make you feel satisfied. They act like it makes you feel satisfied. My ass. Us heavy people want that full feeling of fullness at least once a day. And that's one of the nice things about eating it all in one meal is you get that feeling of fullness at least once. And for a while you're satiated. You don't think about food. It doesn't last. By the end of the night, you might be a little bit hungry. I mean, I'm not even that hungry really at the end of the night. It's funny, but I used to be more so. Um, but that I think it's a bunch of crap eating little meals throughout the day. It's all about calories in, calories out, or fat grams in, fat grams out, whatever. It's energy in, energy out, to put it simply. And it doesn't matter if you get that energy in one block or if you get it over a small period of time. All this stuff about insulin and all this, it's all BS. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. The last time, whatever they want to say scientifically, but I know what works, and what works for me is eating one meal a day plus a couple bowls of cereal. That's how I'm losing weight right now. So you tell me how this insulin BS about how your body reacts when you put in a lot of stuff or whatever. I mean, it's like doesn't matter. Whatever the supposed problems are, I'm overcoming it. The weight's still coming off, and it can come off for you too. So don't worry about eating everything in one meal. Don't worry about trying to eat small meals and all this crap. That is BS. It doesn't also don't care about when you eat. Don't care about eating early or eating late. It doesn't really matter. It's all about how much do you eat a day. That's it. How much? How much energy do you put in? How much energy do you expend? It's pretty simple. All this stuff, they just keep coming up with gimmicks, new ideas. Oh, well, have you thought about this? Oh, well, I have an idea. It must be, You know, it must have something to do with when you eat or how much you eat or no, no, I'm sorry, when you eat or the amounts that you eat or you know, the types of calories you're eating and things like that. They just keep coming up with stuff that tries to mask the bottom line, which is just that energy in, energy out. Like that's what it really comes down to. It doesn't matter. All this other stuff is might matter to a small extent, but it doesn't matter. You know, when it comes to losing weight. When it comes to losing weight, it's all about energy in, energy out. You know, and for me, the simplest expression of that is counting fat grams. It's just easy. Much easier. I've also been kind of limiting my sugars a little bit, I will say, but not that much. I mean, some days I'll get the tea that only has 60 calories in it, which isn't bad for the 60 calories. It's actually pretty good. But other days, most lately I've been getting a lot of the 120, 130 calorie teas, and I don't really care. Sometimes I need that sugar. I want that taste. I want that flavor. I want a little treat, so I allow myself that. And lately I've been doing the higher sugar stuff more, and it doesn't really seem to matter. But I do think limiting sugars generally is a good thing. I don't eat any dessert. I used to always want dessert. Now I don't eat any dessert at all during my good days. I pretty much do not eat anything that's, has chocolate or. I don't really allow myself that anymore. I used to allow myself dark chocolate, but I don't even do that anymore. But anyway, so yeah, I'll wrap this up now. I've I've got to 278, 279. I guess the next update will be 258 or below. I'm getting, by the next update, I'll be pretty close to my year-end goal of 250 or below. So I'm given the rate at which these updates are coming, I get the feeling like it'll be a lot sooner than the end of the year that I'll reach the 250. So just like last time, I'm pleasantly surprised. I wish that progress in all other aspects of life came as fast as it does in weight loss, because I mean, I'm down, see, 278, 2 to 80, and then 2022 plus 31, I think 53. I'm down 53 pounds since January. It's April. It's mid-April. It's January, February, March, and that's like 3.5 months. And I lost 50 pounds. I mean, at that rate, I could lose 50 pounds in another 3 months. I'll probably be. Of course, I won't keep that rate, because as you get closer to your goal weight, things slow down inevitably. But I should be under 250. Not by the next update, obviously, because I'm going to do one before, but 2 updates from now, and I think it'll probably be maybe, I don't know, by this August or something like that, maybe August, or maybe September or something like that. I might be under 250. It's looking pretty good. So join me on my journey here. Do it with me. I'll. Oh, one last thing. So yeah, about writing the book. I should already be writing the book, because I'm already having success. I know I'm going to get there now. I wasn't going to write it till I knew I was on the right track, but now it's like obvious that I'm getting there. So, I mean, I knew I was going to get there, I suppose, but I don't know. It was kind of an experiment to see if I could do it at an older age, and it doesn't seem to really matter what age you are. This has been almost equally as effective as the first time I did it. So that's a good sign. It means that people of any age can do this. I thought that your metabolism would slow significantly enough as you got older that it wouldn't work. It seems to be working just fine. So I got to start. This is where the other thing comes in. I've got to. I wish I had the goal for writing the book. I'm going to start. It's not going to be easy. My sister is going to help me put it together as a book. She's written a book, so she knows how the process goes. It's going to be a short book. We'll see. Maybe I'll give you updates on that after I get to my goal weight. But that's it. I'll see you in 20 pounds. I'm already looking pretty good as far as I'm concerned. It's like, really, the issue is right here. See this stuff right here? This is what I'm trying to get rid of. It's the love handles. They're still I'm looking so much better than I did before. It's kind of amazing how much progress I've had. But yeah, another 20 pounds later, and love handles should shrink even more, which will be nice. So I'll see you at 20 pounds. I'm glad to report I'm still on my way, and hope you're going to join me. And we'll all get healthy together. Be better for everyone, you know. Help us afford insurance because or the insurance issue anyway. Blah blah blah. See you in 20 pounds.